Hi everyone, and welcome to the beginning of week 2 in Writing 111. It's a beautiful Sunday outside and I'm posting some work now, so if you need to get an early jump you can go ahead and do that, but you do not need to get started today. So I've posted the work for week 2 and also our objectives for module 2. So our second module is personal narrative. You'll be writing a personal narrative, and I've posted your assignment for the personal narrative assignment here in week 6. So you can read what the assignment is. I encourage you to do that so you can keep that in the back of your mind as we're going through the next few assignments. You can maybe be doing some pre-work thinking about what you're going to write about. So our objectives for module 2 are to summarize and apply theories of learning to self. You're going to do some of that work for homework this week. You're also going to critique and evaluate model texts, adapt voice, tone, and level of formality to the writing situation, apply stylistic features such as sentence variety, syntax, grammar, usage, punctuation, and spelling, and evaluate and respond to peer drafts. The first thing that you need to do this week is read this sample personal narrative. This is the only thing that you need to have done before class on Tuesday. So this is a sample personal narrative that a student in a previous semester wrote. It's certainly not a perfect narrative. The student has given me permission to share it with you with their name removed. So I've called the student Jane Johnson, and you can read their essay here. So this is an example of a personal narrative. You might write one similar, and you also might do it really differently. But as you're reading this narrative, I would like you to be thinking about these questions. What is the writer doing well? That's one of the hardest questions to answer and one of the most important to be thinking about. What might the writer do for revision? And what questions emerge as you read this text? So that's the first thing that you need to get done this week, and you should do that before we meet in class on Tuesday. Later on in the week, or maybe you'll get started today, I have included some media here. I have a video on the purpose of education by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and also a web page. I've also included a handout and a video on Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, and a handout on Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and a short video by Amy Cuddy. It's a TED Talk titled Fake It Till You Make It. There's also a handout called They Say, I Say. It's this one right here that is really important, and we're going to keep coming back to throughout the course of the semester, so make sure you give that one particular attention. Later on in the week, you have 2 responses that are due, one on the 21st and one on the 22nd. Finish them anytime before then. So one is a response to King and Gardner, so you'll open up this explanation. Basically, I'm asking you to summarize and then analyze both of these scholars' work. So analysis is a formal way of saying do things with the text. Comparing and contrasting is one form of analysis, but you might think about it in many different kinds of ways. So you'll be thinking about the way that these scholars think about teaching and learning as you're developing your own stance and your own approach to teaching and learning, which you will incorporate in your personal narrative due in week 6. So that's what we have in store for week 2. Make sure you let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you all in class on Tuesday.